What's up, y'all? This is Naya, and welcome to Hoops and Hustles, where we talk women's basketball. And here is my co-host, Ty.
Hello, everyone. This is Slatter here at Hoops and Hustles, talking all things professional women's basketball. How you feeling, Day9?
I'm great. I'm a little tired. I'm great, though.
All right, so before we get into anything, I want to give a special shout out to Vision Studio for putting this together. So make sure if you need anything, podcast work done, photography, they do it all right? Vision Studios. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to Hoops and Hustles on YouTube, all right? For this episode, let's tell them who we are.
So my name is Naya. Real name is Shania. And I used to be a hooper. I wish I could hoop again, but I really can't. I have bad knees.
Knees get them every time.
Oh, man. I was a center. I am 6'5". And I played a little bit college. It was community college, JUCO. Shout out to JUCO products.
The JUCO stars, man.
And I played high school. I started off in third grade. It's hilarious because I was 6 foot in fourth grade. I have proof. I might show y'all. I don't know. It's a little too much though for me to show y'all. A 6 footer at fourth grade is wild. But I couldn't just get away from basketball even though I can't play it. Like, that's all I do is talk about basketball. Literally, my dad has to tell me to shut up sometimes. He's sick of it. I talk women's. Sometimes I talk men, barely.
It's the eye roll for me though. See, shady.
Hey, I was just saying. But women's basketball is where it's at. I've been telling folks since I was little. My dad, shout out to my pops because he put me on when I was little. And I'm a huge Indiana Fever fan. Shout out to the Fevers, yeah. And I guess that's pretty much about me.
The fact that she skipped the part of being a general manager for the Indianapolis Wolves is crazy. That's but because her coach happens to know these things, that's why I'm here, to fill in the blanks. So Naya, as she likes to be called, let them know about your general manager experience with the Indianapolis Wolves.
My bad. Okay, so I am a 2-year general manager for the semi-pro women's basketball team, Indianapolis Wolves. And I'm really excited because we about to start our games in April again, start all over. Media Day coming up soon. It's really exciting. Yeah, March. It's crazy, ain't it? Yeah. It's really exciting. Got a lot of work to do. Pretty much. That's it. I'm looking for some players too if you want to play. Come on.
Follow the Indianapolis Wolves players if you're interested in inquiring about joining the Indianapolis Wolves. Make sure you follow them on social media at the Indianapolis Wolves and reach out to the GM. Should get you together.
Got you.
All right. So I take it this is the part where I introduce myself. For those of y'all that don't already know me, my name is Ty Slatter. If you haven't already, you follow GTA Sports Network. Like, comment, subscribe to GTA Sports on YouTube. And I've been covering women's basketball since 2017. So special shout out to our producers, Mira King, for pretty much giving me the idea to really hone in on a market that hadn't been covered properly. You know, women's basketball has been doing their thing, but the national mainstream media wasn't covering it. You know, so being from Indianapolis, Indiana, where our slogan is "We grow basketball" here, I just found that it was appalling that there was no women's basketball coverage. So, me, Mary, and Glenn, we came together, put GTA Sports together, and we decided to start covering Indiana Fever games in what was arguably one of their darkest eras after Tamika Catchings retired in 2016. And this is when the Fever were only winning like 4 games a season on average. And it wasn't like they were getting like ran off the court every night. It was more of they'd win most of the game, about 2 or 3 quarters, and the fourth they just fold, just throw it in the towel. You went through a revolving door of players, personnel, coaches. The GMs had to go through a whole renovation from the top down. And through it all, we get to where we are now, 2024, 25, and we're covering women's sports, and women's basketball is on a mainstream platform now, and the national media has finally caught up with it. One could make the argument and the numbers to prove it. I'm sure Nia's going to touch on that on a future episode of Hoops and Hustles, where WNBA and women's basketball as a whole is getting more viewership than the NBA. So I'm extremely excited, and I've seen, what Nia can do when she interacts with players and management from a management level, and then her knowledge of the game, like she said earlier, she just talks women's basketball all day, every day. And once we had one of our few first conversations, and I saw how she was able to break the game down as if she was still actively playing, you could tell that her mind was still on the court. Body might not be on the court anymore. Her mind is still locked inside those lines. And we just would talk for hours about basketball, and I was like, this is very similar to what me and Antonio Turner did over at Heat Check and how we started, covering NBA and NFL, and being a football and basketball guy. We put those two together, and I'm like, if I can have a conversation with somebody consistently about a sport, and that person doesn't get irritated with me, I don't get irritated with them, and we're just bouncing off each other and just rolling. And you look up the phone, and it's an hour, 2 hours went by. I'm like, I cast.
Man,
So
hours, y'all.
We initially started out, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I give them the timeline wrong, but being with the Indianapolis Wolves, Media Day, March of last year.
Yes.
So
it was before that, though. I want to say it was probably February.
February, March. It was around this.
So it's almost
almost a year. Basically a year.
Just a year.
Fair enough. By the time they drop it, it'll be about a year. So So again, we basically were just talking the sport and meeting with the players, interacting with them in the practice, and just seeing how hands on she was, even to the point where there's footage on the YouTube of Nia blocking her shots in practice, like she's on the court block, like she's not showing no mercy.
Yeah.
And she's one of the coaches. And I just love seeing the coaches that interact and really get locked in the game, and they don't let the difference between being active and inactive stop them from showing passion on the court. So shout out to Aaron Gordon because without that, we probably wouldn't be doing it.
We wouldn't be here. Shout out to him for real.
Definitely part of the nucleus of that. So shout out to Aaron for that. And we started off with the Wolves Den, which was initially a post game where we interviewed the players, and then we decided to take it a little further. I was like, you know what, we could talk about the WNBA, we could talk about some of the conversations we were having. Off the court was like, let's bring it to the mainstream. Let's bring it to GTA Sports, and Wolves Den evolved into Hoops and Hustles, and the rest is history. Here we are.
Okay, so we are about to talk about Hoops and Hustles and what it is and what's it about. So basically, we're going to talk about college basketball, the NILs. We're going to talk about, there's just a lot to talk about. Unrivaled. I think it's called AU Unlimited.
Athletes Unlimited.
I'm going to go a couple of those games to Nashville. Try to go to some of them games, y'all. Try to go to Miami to see Unrivaled, because it's really pretty neat. The next episode is going to be Unrivaled special. Y'all going to love it. It's pretty neat. Interviews, all that. You're going to get what you don't see on TNT or ESPN. I'm going to give you the tea, because I got the tea. Feel me? So, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So let's get into it with the first week of Unrivaled.
Let's get into it.
So we got Miss versus the Owls, the Lunar Owls, and that game was interesting. I expected more from Stewie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was mixed of, I don't know what happened there. I expected her to get 30 points. I expected her to I don't know. I expected more. That's all I can say.
I don't think you're wrong for having high expectations. You fresh off a championship.
Not even that. It's Stewie. You get what I'm saying? It's Stewie. But I want to talk about Jewel Lloyd and Skylar.
Okay. That was personal. That's personal.
I think Jewel definitely took a lot of things personal on Skylar. Man, I think Jewel had about 33 points or so like that. She clowned. She clowned. Skylar, she did decent. She definitely won the game for them.
21 with the game winner.
She did pretty decent.
Still got it.
Now, let's go on to the Rose and Vinyl. Okay. The Rosa is what I expected, honestly. You got You got Ka, you have Chelsea Gray, and you have Angel Reese.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. I expected more. And yeah, I expected more from Rose. Rose is one of the teams I picked to potentially win it all this year, and may I say, 10 points from Reese is not gonna cut it. You're not gonna win games like that. I'm sorry.
It's more to it.
5 turnovers, 3 or 7 from the field, and most of her shots are within 20 feet, and you're missing. I have a problem with that.
I mean, her field goals never looked pretty at all.
I expected better.
I think we all expect
I'm being
better.
optimistic here.
We
Forgive me.
all expect more development from her, but I feel like we didn't get that.
We have not. At least not yet.
Not yet, but
Not yet.
it shouldn't be no yet. You get what I'm saying?
I do. I do.
I know it's in the middle of the season. Like, it's not even the middle of the season. It's off season for W.
For W.
But still, we should see some development because I didn't see shit. I saw the same old Angel. Nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, yes, the fuck it is.
Aside from the 3 names you mentioned, there's a name you didn't mention that I feel needs to be
Lexi.
addressed.
Sorry.
Well, not her this time. Brittany Sykes though. If you've watched the Mystics, I know they're hard to watch sometimes. I get it. Without Deladon, they are a tough franchise to watch in the W. But I see this in the NBA too, in other leagues. When you play for a losing franchise and a losing culture for so many years, bad habits develop, they fester. And I feel like this is the first time, probably in her career, that Brittany Sykes is playing with winners. Chelsea Gray's a champion. You know, Reese the champion. You know what I'm saying?
Ty's a champion.
I was going down the list. I was getting there. But I was getting there. I ain't forgot. No, can't forget that. No, just the kid from North Philly. She always loves to put in her captions. I just feel like certain players that lose a lot and get used to losing or used to getting the green light to just shoot bad shots, low IQ, poor passing decisions. Because we'll get into that a little later with the other game. But from Brittany Sykes, talent and athleticism is one thing, but when you play with a team that they're relying on you to do all the scoring, and then you get with a team where you don't have to do it, you don't know how to turn that off because you've had to be the one to score every night. I feel like it cost the Rose that game too. That definitely played a part in that. The IQ was lacking, and it happens when you play for a losing franchise for too long.
Speaking of the Rose, a lot of people are going ham on Nola Henry. Y'all back off. This is the second. That was the first game. My bad.
Yeah.
That was the first game. Calm down. I think they brought her on to. They brought her onto a team as assistant coach. I don't remember what exactly WNBA team that is, but I believe they brought her onto somebody's team. Y'all back off. Don't do too much.
As us being a podcast, I understand people having a microphone, they say whatever comes to mind. A lot of times the casuals feel the need to just crucify the coaches before they even get a chance to really make any difference or make any changes. Yes, there are such things as bad rotations.
Yes.
There's bad play calling. It happens, right? But this is an inaugural season, an inaugural team. These players just got put together within the last few months. Give it time.
Yeah, give it time because that's, for what I see on Twitter, that's ridiculous. Y'all calm down.
X is ruthless.
Calm it down. But one thing I don't like is that I feel like they didn't use Lexi too much.
Do you think that's a health issue, or is that just a coaching decision?
I think that's a coaching decision. I don't think that's anything else.
Okay. Cause I kind of felt like Reese was getting rotated in and out in a weird way as well.
I mean, she was too.
Yeah, I did notice that.
But at the same time, Reese was gassed, so she was gassed.
I'm not doubting that for 1 second. But this goes to, see, the media has done this thing with Angel where everything she does is going to get crucified. But I will say this though, something they may have gotten right, and I was hoping that she was going to prove them wrong with Unrivaled. I expected Angel Reese to work on her game as soon as her injuries healed up when she got out in the W the last couple months of the season. I was expecting more from her. But then they said even in media, like, well, you got a podcast, you're doing photo shoots, you're all over social media, you're going live, you're doing everything but working on your game.
Well, I saw she was working on her game,
But it wasn't.
but I don't
didn't
think
see
it
a
was
lot
enough.
of. It wasn't a lot.
But we
it
weren't.
wasn't a
We're
lot.
not there,
We
so
not.
we don't know.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? We
No,
don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
Don't
But
get me
based on what
wrong.
I'm seeing so far, it's like,
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I love me some Angel Reese.
Oh yeah, same. I want the
I
Rose to
do.
win it all.
I want
picked
her
them
to win.
but
But it's just I don't know.
you're not gonna win like that. You
Keep
can't
her.
miss under 20 feet. You're right underneath the rim. You gotta not just hit the glass. Use the glass efficiently. If you're gonna bounce off the glass, use it efficiently.
Yeah. But that's the double queen.
She can't take it away from that. She just holding the record. Hold it down.
Okay, let's get on vinyl.
Let's do
We
it.
ain't say nothing but no vinyl.
Let's talk
Okay,
about it.
so vinyl is definitely one of my teams that I picked to win. Vinyl and Laces. And boy, oh boy, I think they're getting a job done.
Yeah.
Vinyls,
Yeah.
they may have a little struggled
In
the first game, maybe.
Getting 10 points off 11 shots is diabolical. You better than that.
I honestly thought Rigue was gonna have like a 20
Way
game.
better than that.
22 maybe.
If I'm being honest,
11 was.
Ryan Howard's stat line is what Enrique should be doing. That's what I expected.
That's the main. She's the main reason why I picked.
Yeah, I
Vinyl?
expect that. Yeah.
Ryan Howard and Enrique.
On paper, it looks like a automatic. I mean, they're definitely going to be in the running for the title. I ain't going to hold
But
it.
definitely are.
Yeah,
That's a
definitely in the
fact.
run. And don't sleep on De'Erica Hamby, hey.
Never sleep on
She
her.
averaged
That's
20
another
points
reason why I
a
picked.
game last season.
They definitely
Sparks were
slept
trash
on
when
her.
she was. It was not her fault. We not putting none of that on her. Don't want no De'Erica Hamby slammer.
And she was going through some things too.
Yeah, she was.
And she was balling.
Yeah, she was.
Saturday's games who played? We got Phantom versus Laces. Honey.
The first blowout in Unrivaled history.
I think I expected that.
Yeah.
I expected that.
Can I break down something real quick?
Go ahead.
18 to 55. This team stats, by the way. No, you know. Versus 33 to 58. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. I ain't done. 9 of 25 from 3. 13 to 29 from 3. It gets better. Free throw precision. 33.3% versus 66.7.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, hold on. Oh, there's more. There's more. 26 rebounds to 42 rebounds.
Who had that? Who had what?
When I break down that difference, the team that lost 48 to 86, the ones that had more rebounds obviously had 86 points. 42 rebounds converted into
That's funny.
86 points.
That's real funny because well, I know Phantom has somebody that's like about 6'9".
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I feel like this is a player that you've like forced me to have to look at from a different lens, yet this person continues to prove that they are exactly who I think they are when the lights shine the brightest.
Okay, y'all.
Let's talk about it.
I am a huge BG fan.
Oh, it's sickening.
Like huge. Like that's my girl. That's my girl. I love me some BG. I met her 3 times. That's my homie. Okay.
Nah.
But I'm really disappointed.
The homie don't let you down like this.
She definitely let me down. I was disappointed in her, right? She act like she didn't want to. I don't know. She looked lazy. She looked really lazy.
8 assists to 23 assists as a team. Diabolical. These stats, hey, the numbers don't lie. This is diabolical work right here.
She would do a post move, but guess what? It's away from the basket. She's going away from the basket, not to the basket. She is 6'8", 6'9". Dang near towering over everybody. And not even dunking.
She shoot 3.
If I had her high, I'd be dunking on everybody. I wouldn't be going away from the basket. She's shooting threes, cool. But at the same time, no. You're a fucking center, bro. You're towering over everybody. Let's get that together, homie. Okay, let's get it together.
Oh man.
Love you, Buki, but we gotta get together. Yeah, that's the main one for me. There's Sabrina.
Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that out.
Yeah.
You can talk about Sabrina.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good.
But I do think Phantom was missing some players, but at the same time, I don't think that's gonna change anything. Unless BG change her game up and stop being lazy, because baby, you can't be lazy. Put a dunk on him.
So the only player they was missing was Marina.
They was missing her. I think.
That's it.
Did Natisha Heidemann get added to that team? She got added to somebody's team, but she's hurt too.
Oh.
She had an illness.
I don't think she got added to their team though.
Oh, okay.
It was a
Okay.
different team. 'Cause she's in the reserve for somebody else. I think for Cameron Brink. I think.
It might. I don't know.
I think.
Y'all look into that. Y'all look into that.
Not that team.
But
speaking of
that was embarrassing.
Speaking of players didn't play, I'm ready to move on to the team.
Hold on. Laces.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Listen, Phantom is lucky that Jackie Young did not.
The fact that Jackie Young got a DNP and y'all lost by that much is wild.
Yeah, it would have been worse, honey, if she.
They were over 100 with Jackie.
She could do some damage.
They were over 100.
He does damage.
Yeah, man. Well, let's shine a little light on those that did actually play the game. So of course we got Tip Hayes or Tiffany Hayes. Kayla McBride.
She was it 28 points.
Yeah,
she was a dog.
28 for that. 18 for Alyssa Thomas. 12 for Kate Martin and 14 for Stephanie Dawson.
Kate Martin. I heard she was crossing them.
Kate Money Martin 5 of 10.
Martinis. What they call her fans Martinis.
Martinis.
They call them Martinis.
But Stephanie Dawson, I ain't seen that name in a minute. That's an OG right there. Yeah, hey, she's still getting buckets. I ain't mad at it.
Buckets.
I ain't mad at it.
Even with a big old brace.
She only missed 2 shots. That's dope.
Get better than BG. That's ridiculous. Got a whole brace on. Slower than BG. And okay. That's all I'm gonna say.
I told you when it happened. I said it's gonna be a long season for the Phantom.
I honestly didn't think BG would do well in this anyways because it's a fast pace. It's fast paced, and I don't think BG up to fast pace in my opinion.
I guess I'm just glad you're not one of those like Delulu fans.
I can't be Delulu, but I'm not gonna be Delulu on the podcast. So I'm gonna tell it off.
Yeah, nah. We leave that one off camera.
Don't tell you what's on my mind. Cause baby, I was looking like, oh, this what we doing? I expected more. But we can go on to the Owls and Rose game.
Yes, we can. Now, as I mentioned to our producers out there, this the game that took the cake for me. Okay, because again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, the Rose Club was one of the teams I picked to win it all. And I'll accept my L. I'll take it on the chin. All right, I got enough of a beard. I think I could take a hit. All right, listen. The Rose on paper looked legit.
It looked okay.
Enough to compete. And then they played the Lunar Owls for the second game on the back-to-back. And, man, of course,
pretty good game, though.
It was a good game. No, it was good. It really got good for me because I want the Rose to win. It got really good in the third quarter because they tied up at least 2 or 3 times in the third quarter. But then they kept doing things that it didn't make sense. They would get to the moment where they needed to take the bucket to take over the momentum. And then Brittany Sykes would either jack up a 3 like she's in DC when there was players on the baseline wide open with no defender nowhere in sight. Angel turned over the ball a few times, tried to pass out of a trap, and the lane, Courtney Williams was there to snatch it, or Collier was there to snatch it. And, it wasn't even a thing where they had to really press heavy on Angel. The passes were telepathed, and then Brittany did the same thing. She would get down there and get into a situation where she's in a trap, about to get in the corner, try to kick the ball out, and the defender is literally right there. So snatch. And then they going down the other side, and they score. So it was like every time they would get the score to where they could get over, the Lunar Owls would go up 6 points. Yeah. Whether it be a 3, 2.
The Rose just don't got it.
They don't got shooting. Outside of Copper, when Copper's your best shooter, and this is not a shot. I mean, Copper's a great shooter. Great playmaker, too. The problem is when she's the only shooter you have, she missed free throws today, too. So that didn't help. Let's address.
Angel missed a lot, too.
She did.
That's
up close and personal.
That's another thing.
Up close and personal.
That's another thing about Angel. She we thought she would develop on that. It seemed like she didn't even work on her free throws because it was like that. What's that? I keep saying freshman, y'all. Her rookie year.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That didn't change. I don't know.
So let's roll with the winners. Collier dropped 31 points. All right. 23 shots. Courtney went 4-7, dropped 10. Then we got Alicia Gray, who was just lights out. 9 of 15, 2 of 4 from 3, 21 points. This team was well put together, and I hate the fact that Cameron Brink is still recovering from her injury, because the game would have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it definitely would have been a lot worse if Cam was there. Boy,
oh man,
Cam versus
Angel? Reese, yeah, that would have been ugly. Yeah, because you got Collier and Brink on the same team.
Yeah,
rebounding. Like, nobody's getting the ball. Okay,
they both towers.
That's a twin tower situation. Like nobody's getting the ball. Nobody's getting it. So, overall, the team shot 33 of 59, which is 55% from the field. 37.5 from 3, 6 of 16. 5 of 7 from the free throw line, 71.4, 24 rebounds, 18 assists, 6 steals, and only 5 turnovers as a team. Only 5.
5 is not bad.
It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. So of course that's how they got this 89. And on the other side of it with the Rose, the only highlight again shooting wise was Copper. 7 of 13. You get you 14 points. Their leading scorer was actually Stevens, showing us 1 bucket, 17 points.
Hey,
7 of 8. Stevens.
Don't count. People be counting her out. Don't count her out.
Well, she plays for the Sparks. That's why.
Yeah,
that's the only reason to her credit. That's
don't sleep on her, y'all. Don't sleep on her.
Individual,
her 3.
She's nice and she's a good rebounder, decent defender too. She was playing. She was playing today. But when you play for the Sparks and you only won 5 or 6 games, if your name's not De'Erica Hamby, they don't. Nobody saw it. Nobody cared. No disrespect. Nobody cared that game. Yeah,
that's true. Shout out to Scar Diggins for the winning shot again.
What's the free throw, Rick? Yeah, again. It's called a clutch gene. If you don't know, that's what a clutch gene is. When your number is called upon to go ahead and close this thing out and send them home with a dub, that's how you do it.
Funny thing is, when it was like about time, I don't remember where the score was. It was like 70 something. I think they only needed 2 more points. She was sitting.
Okay.
They hurry up and put her back in. They know what they was doing. They know what they was doing. They hurry up and put her back in.
Okay.
So she went in. She shot a little mid-range jumper, didn't go in, but she got fouled. That's where we had them 2 points. Shout out to her.
There it is.
That's pretty much.
So, in case I didn't say it on air before, because I don't know if it got edited or not, I had picked the Rose and apparently the Miss by mistake on the 2 teams that I was rooting for this year. I'm recanting that statement. Okay, I'm going to take one back. I'm going to roll with the Rose, even though I know I'm going to take a loss for this when the season's over, and that's fine. I'm willing to do that. I'm going to stand on that. But as far as the Miss go, I don't like that roster. I don't like the structure. I don't like nothing about it. It's just not good. Not good. No disrespect to Stewie. I know she's part of the reason why Unrivaled even exists. Props to you on the business side of things, but your roster is not that good. Now, whether you did that so you wouldn't look like you cheated, or I don't know, but I just don't like that roster. So I'm going to take that one out. Okay, I'm going to put the Lunar Owls in there because I watched them play. That made more sense. I don't know why I didn't pick that team in the first place, because Collier is the truth. I've been saying that for the last 2 years, and
definitely is the truth.
Definitely, if it wasn't for a woman named Asia Wilson, Fee would be an MVP.
Yeah,
at least 1, if not 2, because technically she should have won the year that Stewie got it. But we've talked about that already. We already discussed that off camera. But Fee would have at least 1.
Actually, that was supposed to be Alyssa Thomas.
The year that Stewie won.
I think that was it.
Was she the runner-up?
Yep, I think she was
That makes sense for defense.
She was like top.
I
think it was like top 3.
Top 3.
Alyssa Thomas was clowning.
So she was where Fee was last year. Between Stewie and Asia, but Fee was right there.
Fee was right there. Don't get me wrong. But Alyssa Thomas, low key, it was between Alyssa Thomas and Asia.
The year the Stewie won. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Oh,
So Rose and Lunar Owls is my two teams. I'm rolling with
And
that.
I'm rolling with vinyls and laces.
That's good. That's good. See, I like the fact we got different teams that way. We
Yeah,
didn't conspire or nothing like that though. She got her teams, I got mine. I'm roll with that because the Lunar
You got a
Owl.
top 6? What's your top 6?
So our lines are going to intertwine on this one for obvious reasons because the roster structure. There's only 36 players to choose from. So, top 6 for me in no particular order.
Put it in order.
Yeah, put it in order.
Put it in order.
All right. For now, Lunar Owls is number 1.
Absolutely. That's what I got.
I'm gonna put, and this might shock you, I'm gonna put the vinyl at 2.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm putting them at 2.
I'm not mad at that.
It's so early. I know. Huh?
No, go ahead.
I know it's early. It's early, but I'm gonna put the vinyl at 2. Laces at 3.
Okay.
So they're top 3 for me. Moving from there, then it gets down to the other teams. I'd probably put the Mist at 4.
Yep.
You
mean 5, right?
I thought it was 4. Did I already do? I thought that was 4. Cause I
said laces.
Laces at 3. I said Mist at 4. Yeah, Mist at 4, and then of course, no matter how you slice it, Phantom's gonna be at the bottom.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they definitely.
I think at the end of the day, I think it's the reality of it. I think it too.
Okay, my top 6 is. Let me find my top 6. I can't think about it on the back of my head, which is ridiculous. Yeah, my top 6 is. We got the Lunar Owls.
Right.
We have laces.
Okay.
Vinyl.
So we just switched those two. Okay.
Mist.
Yep.
Rose. And Phantom.
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes. I'm excited for the 1-on-1.
I think we all are because these players, some players don't want to have to pass the ball. In fact, I'll make a bold prediction for that. Brittany gonna dominate in that.
Brittany Sykes?
Yep. She's an ISO player through and through. She don't want to pass to nobody. As long as her shots are going in, she can win that. Just because she's that good by herself.
I wanted to say Enrique, but
not after what we just.
It's gonna change though. It's probably gonna change. I feel like she good at that type of thing. It could be now. She definitely might step it up. But I think I might have to take Enrique. I'm a little scared saying that.
I think Brittany has potential to win that just because she ain't got to pass the ball. After what I just saw in the second game, she ain't want to pass the ball to nobody. She just felt like she could just shoot everything. Every time she got the ball. And the fact that she's a point guard makes it that much more devastating because like as a coach, I can only imagine how frustrating it is to have a point guard that don't want to pass the ball. It's like everything has to run through you. That doesn't mean you have to be the one to shoot. Like, run the offense. If I give you a play to run, you say, all right, coach, I got you. Then you go out there and just do what you want to do. It's like, that ain't what we.
That's hard to coach right there.
She hard-headed. I can tell she's stubborn. She played like she's stubborn.
I know a couple of them.
Ooh. I was getting thoroughly upset. I turned the game off. I was like, yo, I got to get out of here. I got to go. I was so glad it was time to go and record this because I was like, I can't watch the rest of this game. She made me mad. Dog. And then it felt like when she did try to pass the ball, she was forcing it. So that's why the defense was able to snatch it because it's like you didn't want to pass, so you threw a bad pass and it ended up being a turnover. It's just, yeah, so Rose, the fact you had Rose at the bottom, they're only better than the Phantom because they have potential that's not being tapped.
Yeah, they got potential.
They have people on there that can get them wins.
They got potential for something.
But yeah, that's the only thing that puts them above the Phantom. Because if they ain't had the personnel, I'd be like, well, hell, the Phantom might be the better team.
Hell no.
But nah, I ain't doing that. Not to what you.
Absolutely not. I'm sorry for
You don't lose by that much in the first.
I'm sorry.
Nah, bro.
It's enough for me. At least Marina could come in there and just shake something up, but baby, if not.
Well, based on her W performance, she's good for a game or two.
No, for real.
She gonna light them
That's
up.
what I'm saying. She can shake some stuff up, but if that's not gonna happen.
But when have we ever seen Sabrina be consistent? Let's be honest. Ever. Honestly. She's known for every 2 or 3 games, she'll give you a game. Every 2 or 3 games. The games in between, pedestrian, mediocre. Give it to somebody else. Stewie carries her through the whole season.
Clearly.
We all know that. And Jonquel Jones and Benijah, like they carry her through the season. And it's not even up for discussion at this point.
Don't get me wrong, she has some good games, but it's
But it's
just
every
I
time.
feel like she did improve a little teensy bit though. But
And what?
I don't know. I feel like I've seen of more of her going to the basket a little bit. I'm not saying about
Is that coaching
that's
or is
W wise, like in
is that well hold on, my question to you is that coach or is that personnel? So I feel like I have a roster where I can drive to the basket. Is that a personnel decision or is it a coaching decision?
I feel like she would just shoot threes all day if she had the chance.
So are you well, I guess my question is I'm
Coaching, I guess.
coaching.
I really don't know. I don't know.
No, that's fair. I know we're not in those locker rooms. I'm just more or less curious. When you see a player that's dominant from the perimeter and has an outside inside game go inside out, is that a personnel decision or is it a coaching decision? More times than not.
I don't know. But I mean, I feel like I seen a little bit.
Mm.
It's whatever. But it's not going to work out just shooting threes.
It's more
on this 3-on-3. It's not going to work out. She got to switch it up. Play defense. Switch the shit up because it's not going to.
Well, that's the thing. You're playing 3-on-3. Anybody that knows, less people on the court, there's more spacing. So
that's what I'm saying. Like there's more than threes out there. You feel me? Like,
there's way more you can do with less people on the court. I mean, this is opportunity. If you have the bag to score, you have a package. Use it. If you have a handle that you don't get to display in a W, use it. This is the place to really showcase what you can do as an individual within a team format.
She's a great shooter, though. I will say that.
Who?
Sabrina. I'll give her props on that. She is a great shooter.
When she's hot, yeah.
Yeah, when she's hot.
But Enrique the same way.
Yeah. Enrique gonna jack up her shots though.
Oof. She gonna shoot.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something, man, because I know you're a BG. I know you're a BG fan. Like, even though the pace of play is not her speed, clearly, what can the Phantom do to prevent what just happened in that game on Saturday?
As a team, because if you're talking about BG got to fix that shit herself.
I mean, yeah, tell me, because that's the first blowout that they've had.
I mean, I feel like I've already told you, but I'll tell you again. She's the biggest thing out there, yo. Stop being lazy. That's the number one thing. Stop being lazy, BG. Stop being lazy.
Can the coach say anything to change it, or does BG have to do it on her own?
It needs to be on her own. You've been playing for how many years?
Hey, I just wanted to get your thoughts on it.
I'm just saying, you've been playing for how many years? It needs to be a thing on your own. It's called discipline, ain't it?
It should be, but a lot of people don't know what that means. But I'm
discipline.
And so let's talk about Unrivaled for week 2. All right. So for Martin Luther King Day, we got Vinyl going up against Phantom at 8:30 Eastern Time. At 9:30 Eastern Time, we got the Laces taking on the Mist. All right. Now they don't play again until Friday the 24th, so you get a few days in between there. Reflect. For those of y'all that need to reflect, especially if y'all catch an L on MLK Day, y'all got to redeem yourselves on Friday. So Friday, we got Phantom taking on the Mist, 7:15 Eastern Time. Relatively early game. Then you got 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, the Laces taking on Vinyl. And for the Saturday prime time matchups, Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we got the Mist taking on the Rose. And at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the Lunar Owls taking on the Phantom. Now, tonight, we're going to let you do your picks for the ladies first. For MLK Day, Vinyl, Phantom.
You're not Vinyl going to snatch.
Tell them no. I know. They need to know, though.
I don't think that's going to be a pretty game either. Like I said, unless BG or whoever want to change their game or wake up or something, but that ain't gonna be a pretty game.
Somebody need to tell BG, you're 6'9". There's nobody out here that can guard.
Maybe if her wife tell her, I don't know. I don't want to get into that. But anyways, what about you?
Don't ask me that question. Like, I'm not even a BG fan.
No. I'm talking about like what's your picks?
Oh, Vinyl. Because I just said what I said. Vinyl definitely going on. Hey, man. Yeah.
They going off.
Vinyl gonna get busy. The Laces and Mist game, kind of the same thing. Mr. slightly better.
If Jackie's back,
Yeah, Jackie's back.
Expect
It might be a blowout.
Maybe. Unless Stewie wants to turn some shit up. But if she don't turn shit up, I don't know. I'll give it to Laces.
We both agree on Monday's games. Vinyls take on Phantom and Laces to take out the Mist. I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, so Friday night, Phantom play against the Mist.
I got Mist. I hate going against Phantom. But
so pretty much every game you're just gonna go against.
Unless
I kind of know the answer before you say it. Okay.
Unless I get improvement.
All right. It's fair. I agree with that. The Mist definitely take out the Phantom. I agree with that. And now this is gonna be a dog fight. We got the Laces and Vinyl. Woo-wee! That's a game. They say the best for last on Friday night. That's a game.
I don't even know who to pick. I want to go with Laces. But I'm only going with Laces because of Jackie Young, if she's going to play. Okay. If she going to play, she can turn some shit up.
Okay, so are we agreeing that if Jackie doesn't play,
I mean, they can still win if Jackie, but I'm saying she going to turn the shit up.
Fair. I'm going to go just to play the advocate. I'll go with the Vinyl. I'll pick the Vinyl.
Okay.
I think the Vinyl.
No.
Make it interesting. Make it a little spicy. So we'll get back next week. We'll see who carry on top on that one. So for Saturdays, prime time, we got the Mist taking on the Rose.
Mist and Rose.
I say Rose. Rose need to redeem themselves. For sure.
They both need to redeem themselves. What the hell? Both of them do.
That's fair.
That's a hard one for me. I don't know. Let me see. Stewie versus. You think Stewie's gonna have to?
Stewie's gonna step up. It's the only way it's going.
She's gonna have to step up.
Stewie's gonna step up.
And I think I'm gonna pick the Rose.
I ain't mad at that.
That was hard to say.
Hey, this next one's easy. We both roll with this. Lunar Owls versus Phantom.
Yeah, that was.
After what we just saw this weekend? Oh. Collier versus BG? Man, stop playing with me, man. Stop playing.
They might turn that up. I don't know. BG's seeing another. I don't know. She might turn it up a little bit, but I don't know. Yeah, Phantom ain't winning.
You do your BG application. I'm not doing.
She might turn up. I need to rewatch some of the Minnesota versus Phoenix to see what they did against each other.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to redo that because maybe I ain't listening. Phantom's not gonna win nothing. So I'm joking. They gonna win something, but
all right,
it ain't gonna be pretty for them.
Just a quick recap before we get up out of here. Reviewing for week 2 of Unrivaled. We both picked Vinyl over Phantom.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We both picked Laces over Mist.
Yes.
All right. That's Martin Luther King Day. All right. For Friday 24th, we both picked the Mist over Phantom.
Yes.
And we split the decision between the Laces and Vinyl. We'll see who gets the head-to-head matchup there. And for Saturday's prime time, we both picked the Rose over Mist.
Yes.
And the Lunar Owls over Phantom.
Absolutely.
All right. So I think it's time for us to get out of here. All right, let them know where you can find us at.
All right, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and YouTube at Hoops and Hustles. And that's pretty much it. Subscribe, follow, whatever, like, do all that. That's it.
Don't cost you time to like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you for hanging with us.
Appreciate it.
See y'all later.
We out of here.